friends and net aspirants, welcome back to yet another video lecture of High Point. And in this video, we'll be seeing about John Donne's another poem known as Canonization. And Canonization is a popular poem by Donne, which we have learned. Some of us must have learned in our MA or BA classes. I have learned this in my MA classes. So let's have an introduction first of all it and move on to line by line summary of canonization. So stay tuned uh, to the whole video. Don't skip the video. If you skip, you may miss some points that I am sharing in here. Before that, let me tell you, if you have not yet subscribed to me, subscribe to our channel if you are interested to have more contents related to NTA, UGC, NET, JRF, English language and literature in a systematic way. Currently, we are doing three major courses in here, like English literature we have started, and at the same time we are also doing lectures relevant in cultural studies and also literary theory and criticism. If you want all of them, you can subscribe to my channel, and also you can follow me on Instagram for variety of materials that we are sharing in different sessions in my Instagram page. My ID is here, ligimaria9d, and also use this WhatsApp number in order to contact me if you have any doubts regarding any of the points that we are sharing in here. And other than that, if you are looking for some serious online study materials for your NET JRF English language and literature exam preparation, you can visit my website www.highpoint.in. There we have systematically arranged everything that you have to learn for NTA UGC NET JRF English exam under 11 topics. Under that we have modules and submodules and chapters, and there we have shared 900 plus audio lectures and 300 plus downloadable materials and previous and practice question papers for you to practice exam. So visit my website and have the free trial and see whatever we have provided there. If you are interested to be if you are interested to save your time covering and revising the materials and stop digging for NTA UGC NET JRF English language and literature materials, you can join our family as a student from the website itself. You can join our courses if you want to know anything related to the course materials or the free bonuses such as personalized study guidelines and weekly tests that we are providing for our students. If you wanted to know about them, you can use this WhatsApp number or use the Instagram page to reach out to me. Let's move on to the introduction to the poem. It was first published in 1633 by John Donne, finest example of John's wit and irony. See, we have already finished with a valediction, forbidding morning and good morrow. This poem, Canonization, is also serves as a finest example of Donne's wit and irony, and this is also a example for metaphysical poetry, and it is addressed to one friend from another. So here a lover is talking to his or her friend and says that, see, you can mock me, you can make fun of me for being in love, you can call me anything, you can identify me with anything, because that love made us this way. So you can do anything or whatever you want to do, you can do that, or call me and my lover whatever you want, you can do that, but still we will love. And I request you, leave us alone and let me love my love, and you can pursue many other things instead mocking me or making fun of me for being in love. So in that way, the speaker is addressing to one of his or her friend, but concerns itself with the complexity of romantic love. So the poem begins like that, addressing to a friend, but later, after the second stanza, you can say that it is mainly concerns itself with the complexity of romantic love, how romantic physical love is so passionate and devotional each other, their love, and how their love, because of the devotion that they have for their love, they can be canonized. The ecstasy that they are getting for engaging in their love physically, for that reason, the mystical world that they have created, for that reason, for the love and devotion that they have for each other, they can be canonized The lovers can be canonized, and the people will pray for them after being canonized for having the pattern of their love. So all those details we'll see when we start the poem. And the poem title serves dual purpose. So here poem's title is canonization, and that serves a dual purpose. While the speaker argues that his love will canonize him into a kind of sainthood, the poem itself functions as a canonization of a pair of lovers. So canonization is a popular phrase, or canonization. It's a popular term in Christianity, okay, where saints get canonized. After a person gets canonized, after that we call that person a saint. So the title serves a dual purpose. While the speaker argues that his love will canonize him, his love for the great love that they have together, that will canonize him into a sainthood, the poem itself functions as a canonization of the pair of lovers. So through this poem, they became immortal. They also got canonized. So the poem itself takes the function of canonizing this pair of lovers. New critic Cleanthes Brooks used this poem along with Alexander Pope's An Essay on Man and Wordsworth composed upon Westminster Bridge September 3, 1802 to illustrate his argument for paradox as central poetry. As a central as central to poetry. So, new critic about New critic Cleanthes Brook. We have done a video in the session of literary theory and criticism. You can check on that for detailed things related to Cleanthes Brook. So, he came up with an essay known as Language of Paradox, in which he says that paradox is inevitable in every poetry. It is central to poetry that will bring about a tension, and that tension is the center and the beauty of poetry. In order to substantiate his idea, he used this poem. He illustrates many poems, he analyzes many poems in that essay along with the canonization. Which are the other poems along with the canonization that Cleanthes Brooks uses in there? Such as Alexander Pope's An Essay on Man and Wordsworth Westminster Bridge, composed upon Westminster Bridge September 3, 1802. Okay, so along with the canonization, so these three works he mainly used to illustrate his idea, his argument about paradox as a central thing in poetry. Now, let's move on to word by word summary of the poem. I'll read the poem and you can listen to the summary that we are sharing. If you have any doubts, do comment that in the comment section or use the number or the Instagram page to reach out to me. Okay. Canonization. About the title, we have already see some points. Like canonization is a process which is popular in Christianity. It's a process in which a person is canonized as a saint. After canonization, a person will be regarded as a saint. You can pray to that person. And canonization here, if you have listened to previous video about John Donne, you can see that John Donne, he was a priest. He has composed many sermons. So canonization and many other Christian allegories and Christian terms and Christian allusions are quite normal in his poems. But here, canonization is used as a the term, and this concept of canonization is used as in a paradoxical way that we will see uh, as we discuss about the poem. How come this is paradoxical? Because canonization, usually people get canonized, people get sainthood in Christianity when they live a saintly life, when they are more or less they are priests, or they're nuns, or they have lived a life which is which is away from all these sexual desires, all these kind of worldly desires that usually people have. They have lived from they have kept themselves from all away from them. So those people usually get canonized. But here the author is, or the speaker is actually loving his lover so passionately that they engage in physical pleasure. For that kind of love, they should get canonized, and they will get canonized through this poetry. So let's see. For God's sake, hold your tongue, and let me love, or chide my palsy or my gout, my 5 grey hairs or ruined 14th flaunt, with With wealth your state, your mind with arts improve. Take you a course, get you a place, observe his honor or his grace, or the king's reel, or his stamped face. Contemplate what you will approve, so you will let me love. Okay, so here, first of all, abruptly, this is one of the other feature of metaphysical poetry. It will have an abrupt, all of a sudden beginning, without any gradual. It won't have a gradual beginning. So here also you can see that the speaker begins abruptly, suddenly, that he or she says that, hold your tongue, listen, just be quiet. Okay. See, for God's sake, hold your tongue. For God's sake, please listen and you just be quiet and let me love. And he says that, or chide my palsy or my gout. He says that, uh, you are talking too much. You are talking, what you are talking, you can either be silent and allow me to love, or you can go ahead and make fun of my shaky hands, my palsy hands, and my sore joints. I have sore joints, I have shaky hands. You can make fun of me by saying about them. My five gray hairs or ruined fortune flaunt. Or you can even make fun of me or taunt me for my gray hairs or my poverty. I just ruined everything. I have a ruined fortune. So you can either even talk about my poverty, my unworthiness as a poor person, and you can also taunt me for my gray hairs. With wealth your state, your mind with arts improve. So he says that, you know, or you can educate yourself. With wealth your state, your mind with art improve. So you can go make your fortune. See, I have ruined all my fortune. I have gray hairs, I have shaky hands, or I have bad joints, or joints, and you can do that. You can talk about them, or you can educate yourself. You can search for, you can go for your own fortune. You can go and make your fortune, or you can educate yourself in some craft. Take you a course, get you a place. So either you can go for and make your own fortune, or you can take a course. That means you can educate yourself, get you a place, and you can be a master in some craft. Observe his honor or his grace or the king's real or his stamped face. So he again says that you can take a new career. Here again he says that you can take a, you can, course means you can educate yourself. You can take a career, or you can observe his honor means you can find a job, find something, a role in a fancy nobleman's retinue. You can work with a nobleman, or you can be a clergyman. Okay, following some lord or some high up clergyman. So you can find a clergyman. You can serve his grace. His grace means God's grace. You can either do educate yourself, you can be a master of some craft, you can work with a nobleman, or you can find some lord, and or you can serve the lord, or you can be a clergyman, or the king's real or his stamped face, or you can serve the king. So here he says that you can serve the king, or the coins with his face printed on them, or you can serve the king on the about the coins on which the king's face is printed. Usually it's like that, and all the times in the on the coins the king's face, the ruler's face will be stamped. So you can serve the lord or serve the king about that. Contemplate what you will approve, so you will let me love. So you can do whatever you like. You think about it. Contemplate means you think whether you want to be silent and let me love, or whether you want to make fun of me about my various weaknesses, or you can improve yourself by doing many other things. Contemplate, you think yourself, you can do whatever you like, what you will approve. So whatever you are approving, whatever is your taste, you can do that, as long as you leave me alone and let me be in love. Okay, so he says that maybe This is the speaker is telling to his friend. So see, I am in love and let me love. Don't make fun of me. Don't come after me and make fun of me. Or you can go and serve yourself and you take a craft, you take a course, you educate yourself, or some you serve as Lord, you become a clergyman, you serve the king and his stamped face, or contemplate what you want to do. Or according to whatever you want to do, you can have that. As long as you leave me alone and let me love. Okay. So he may be addressing to a friend. Alas, alas, who is injured by my love? What merchant ship have my sighs drowned? Who says my tears have overflowed his ground? When did my coals a forward spring remove? When did the heats which my veins fill add one more to the plaguey bill? Soldiers find wars and lawyers find out still litigious men which quarrels move, though she and I do love. So again he says to the speaker says to his friend that alas 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 is an expression that English people mainly use for in order to express the exclamation, and he says that alas, come on guy, who who got injured by my love. See, I love and I am in love. I love my lover. So who is injured by it? Who got something? Who has hurt? Who does my love hurt? I have not hurted anybody. So who got injured by my love? What merchant ship have my sighs drowned because of the sighs, because of the breath that I took? Who, which merchant's ship got drowned? Nobody's ship drowned because of my love. Who says my tears have overflowed his ground? So because of the tears that I have in my eyes, because of this love, never flooded anybody's ground. It never made any floods. When did my coals a forward ship move? So he says that have the time when my lover coldly ignored my advances. When my lover coldly ignored my advances towards her, whether that stopped the spring to come. So when my lover responded me coldly about the advances that I was making, whether that coldness of my lover stopped the spring to come. When did the heats which my vein fill add one more to the plaguey bill? And here also he says that did the fever of love, so my blood veins got hot because of this love. That means the fever of love never added a single death to the register of plague victims. So plague was a common pestilence during that time. So he says that because of the fever that I have because of this love, because my veins got hot, heated because of the love, whether that heat, that fever killed anybody, whether that heat, that fever affected anyone and added his or her name to the plague register. No, that never happened. Soldiers find wars. Anyway, I am in love and I haven't done anything wrong in loving a person. Even still, soldiers still go to war. Soldiers still find wars, and lawyers find out still litigious men. And just like soldiers find war, lawyers still find argumentative people to sue each other. So the lawyers will find people fighting each other and they want to sue each other. So he even find that kind of person, argumentative people. Which quarrels move, though she and I do love. So, in spite of the fact that my lady and I love each other, all these things happening. We haven't done anything wrong in loving each other. Okay, we are in love and we haven't caused anybody any injury, any negative thing. We haven't caused anybody. Even when we are in love, or whether we are not love or we are in love, soldiers will still find wars. Lawyers will find argumentative people and every other thing will happen even if me and my lover love each other. Okay, that's the meaning of the stanza. If you have more meanings, you can comment that below. Okay. Call us what you will. We are made such by love. Call her one, me another fly. We are tappers too, but at our own cost die. And we in us find the eagle and the dove. The phoenix riddle hath more wit by us. We two being one are it. So to one neutral thing both sexes fit. We die and rise the same, and prove mysterious by his by this love. Okay, here he discusses many paradoxical, opposite ideas comes together in a line, that is paradox. Simply we can define paradox as like that: when opposite ideas come together within a sentence, that is paradox, or opposite concepts come together, that is paradox. Call us what you will, we are made such by love. So whatever you say, my lady and I are like. So you can call me and my love, my lady love, whatever you want. Love, whatever you see that we are, me and my lover, our love made us that way. So you can call me, and you can identify us whatever ways that you want. But our love made us such a way. Our love made in that way. Okay, and call her one and me another flies. You can call us flies, lustful mortal flies, you can call us that. Or you can we are tappers too, and we at our own cost die. Or you can call us like, you can identify us as shrinking candles which burns to itself. Like a candle will burn and ultimately die, right? All the wax will be burned and die. In the same way, you can see that we are burning ourselves and we will die on our own coast. And we in us find the eagle and the dove. So we together find, we are together, we are like eagle and also like dove. That means here comes the paradox. Eagle is strong, dove is so meek. So when we are together, we are strong and we are wise as eagle, and we are sweet and meek and tender as a dove. So together, we in ourselves, we find both strong and wise. At the same time, we are sweet and we are meek, and we are so naive and not naive, we are so humble with each other. So we find in us both the qualities attributed to eagle, such as strongness and wise. At the same time, we are meek and we are sweet like dove. We find that qualities together, that these qualities coexist, and simultaneously we can find these things within us. The phoenix riddle hath more wit by us, we two being one are it. So here she says that, you have heard about the legend of phoenix bird. It is a kind of an immortal bird. When it dies, it will burn itself into ashes, and from that ashes the new baby phoenix will rise, right? That's the legend of phoenix. That legend is suitable to us. We being lovers, we are one, and we will burn in our love, and we will reborn in that love itself. We are like that phoenix bird. That phoenix bird is embodied, phoenix riddle is embodied within us. We are two being one, we are one, and we are it. We ourselves, we identify with the phoenix bird. So to one, here he says that when we have sex, when we are together, when we unify our body together, we make one phoenix. We make this one phoenix. How these lovers are identifying themselves as phoenix bird? Because when they physically engage with each other, when they make sex, they are one, and their love, their body is one, and they make a phoenix, and they make a hybrid androgynous being out of two bodies. So to one neutral thing, both sexes fit. That means it's an androgynous body where two sexes are fit. Like when they make sex, they are together. Their body is into each other, and their body is one. You unite, their sexes are united, and they are transformed into one body where two sexes are present. So because of that, in that process, they make one phoenix, in a way that creating a hybrid androgynous uh, androgynous being, androgynous bird out of these two bodies. You can find such a phoenix there. So such a bird is arised when we make sex. We die and rise the same. So here he emphasizes the physical pleasure, physical high level, ecstasy that they have after having sex or while they having sex. So this is actually goes against the norms of canonization, where people get canonized for being away from these kind of physical pleasures. Here the speaker says that for that being engaged into that kind of a ecstasy, for being engaged into that kind of a physical pleasure, we will get canonized and uh, become a saint and immortalized. We will become immortal like that. And here they say that again, we die and rise the same and prove mysterious by this love. So he says that like phoenix, now we when we physically engage each other, when we physically have sex with each other, they are like an androgynous, or androgynous means where two sexes are present. So such a creature arises like the phoenix. We will die. That is, we will have orgasm. We will have that ecstasy while doing sex, okay, and then get up again. So after that orgasm, after that ecstasy, we will get up again, and through this love, and we will prove mysterious by this love means our love, you see, make us into magical creatures. That means mysterious means magical. There will be some secrets. If there is a secret, that is mysterious, right? So through this kind of a rising up and dying like dying like phoenix and rising up, the passionate love that we have for each other, we will prove uh, that we are magical creatures for because of the love that we have each other. Okay. Now we can die by it if not live by love. And if unfit for tombs and hearse, our legend be, it will be fit for verse. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in sonnets pretty rooms, as well a well-wrought urn becomes the greatest ashes as half-acre tombs. And by these hymns all shall approve as canonized for love. So here he says that if we can't live on our love, see, many people have some opposition to our love. If we cannot live by our love, on our love, we can, we can certainly die for it or die from it. Even if we cannot live upon our love that we have for each other, certainly we can die from it. Okay, we can die by it if not live by love. So that's a good sentence line. And if unfit for tombs and hearse. So here says that, and even if our love is not suitable, so even if our love story isn't exactly something that you could, you can carve on the tomb. If our love story is not well suitable to carve on the tombs, if not, if even if it is not a legend, or it is not a you know the story that can be carved upon the tombs as epitaphs, okay, our legend be, it will be fit for verse. Even then, it will be uh, inspiring poetries. Verse means poetry. So it will be very well fit for writing poetry. Those who want to write a poem for about love, our love story will be a fit topic for that. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we will build in sonnets pretty rooms. So here she says that maybe our love story won't find uh, a place in the history books, in chronicles. In no piece of chronicles are story may not find a may not find a place in chronicles, or our stories, love story may not find a place in the historical books, but you know our story will find a room in sonnets. Okay, in sonnets, when those who are writing sonnets hereafter, they will get inspired from our story to write sonnets. Okay, as well a a well-wrought urn becomes the greatest ashes as half-acre tombs. So here says that these urns will be elegant, just like an elegant, well-made urn. A huge, mighty tomb is the right home for the ashes of heroes. The poetry I write will be the fitting monument for us. So even though we won't find any place in the chronicles or in the legends, or maybe on the tombs you cannot carve our story, but still it will inspire, our story will inspire poetry, our story will inspire sonnets. In that way, our love story will be a fitting monument for us. Or the stories or the poetry that I am writing now, or the other poetry that I am going to inspiring, they will also serve as a fitting monument for our story, or our love story, or for us. And by these hymns all shall approve us canonized for love. So here he says that for the ashes of the heroes, a well-wrought, good, huge urn will be a best place. Just like that, our love story will get a great place in poetry. So a great poetry about love will be a great monument for us, a fitting monument for our for the love that we have. So he says that reading that poems and hymns, everyone will agree that we should get canonized, or we should be made saints for our devotion for each other, our devotion to love. Now, this is the last stanza, I guess. And thus invokes us, you whom reverend love made one another's hermitage. So here says that people will come after making us saints, after canonizing us for the love that we have for each other, for the devotion that we have for had for love. They invoke us, they pray for us. That here what they will say. So they will say, you whom reverend love made one another's hermitage. So you are two lovers. You made each other sacred. You dwell. Your love made you each other sacred, and you made each other private chapels. So I love you and you love me. So we make a chapel, private chapel, because of that love. And you, to whom love was peace, that now is rage. So here they says that you too, you found peace in love, that is now cause for passionate devotion. So you love each other, and you found peace in loving each other, and that for that cause you have passionate devotion for each other. Who did the whole world's soul contract and drove into the glass of your eyes? So you two, you connect with each other, and who shrunk the soul of the world, its own, into the reflective mirror of eyes. So your world shrink into one, and they say that you two who shrunk the soul of the world itself down into the reflective mirrors of your eyes, so made such mirrors and such spies that they did all to you epitomize. So seeing in each other, you are seeing each other, and you see things, and you can reflectively you can see your lovers in everything whatever that is existing. So you see many things around you, so you can see your lover, you can see each other, everything that exists, seeing in each other everything that exists, making each other into the whole world wide. And that you got epitomized, and when with its countries, cities, and noble courts. So wherever, everywhere you see each other, that surrounds you. Countries, towns, courts, begs from above a pattern of you. So everywhere in countries, towns, and courts, everybody who is praying to you, they will beg from above, from God. What they will beg? The pattern of your love. So what was the pattern of your love? The people will beg that from above. So that was the end of the poem, I guess. So now let's see some themes related to this poem. Lovers as microcosms, the Neoplatonic concept of love, religious enlightenment as sexual ecstasy, search for the one true religion, the power and holiness of love, love, poetry, immortality. So that's all about this poem, I guess. If you have any doubts, queries, please mention that in the comment section. Do follow me Instagram and also subscribe to my channel. Visit my website if you are interested. Let me know, and if you have any doubts and if you want to know the materials that we are providing in our website, you can use this number or use the Instagram platform to reach out to me. So that's all about it. Meet you in the next video session. Until then, stay tuned to High Poem and be happy wherever you are, guys. Tata.